Hello, we're back with Succeed from the Start, and today I've got Pamela Igwe with me, and that's because Pamela is going to be speaking at our event that's shortly coming up. We Thrive Together on November the 25th, 26th. So Pamela, first of all, thank you very much for coming along today.
Well, thank you for asking me, and I'm delighted to be here.
Now, Pamela should have been with us live, where we're live streaming the event from, but unfortunately had a bit of an accident. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm basically, for those that aren't aware, I basically missed a step and managed to fracture my other hip. My right hip I fractured a year ago, and now I've got the left. So the good news is I'm now very balanced.
Very balanced out. Well, it's the wonderful thing about technology nowadays is, of course, that we can still live stream you, albeit from France. So the people attending the event are going to get just as much value from the fact of everything that you share. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was this whole idea around hormones and how for years, women have been talking about hormones, have been bemoaning the fact at different stages of their lives. Well, I say me as well, period time, menopause time, and all of that, and almost been a sort of just the domain of women to talk about these things. But I know, and learned from you as well, just how much these impacted the whole family. It's not just about the women, is it?
No. And I can be honest with myself, growing up, I probably didn't understand the full balance of the hormones. Yes, as a midwife, you saw the going up and down, all the estrogen and the progesterone and the testosterone staying level. But the more you got into it, the more I began to realize that this is a huge industry. It's a $250 billion industry. And my pet hate is it's just your hormones. No, it is your hormones, but we need to know about it. And that's where my passion is, that if we just understood it, life would become so much easier. And it's not just women. In general, we have 51 hormones.
Right.
Everyone, male and female. Because males have estrogen, they have progesterone, they have testosterone, but it's all about the balance. And that's where people are not aware of it. They just think, oh, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But you can't. The way your diet, your sleep, everything is adapted to it.
Yes, because when I was growing up, obviously I come from a large family, 2 boys, 6 girls. The two boys were the eldest. And I can just remember my brothers sort of, sometimes being a bit like teasers a little bit, but also it would be like, oh no, it's that time of the month again, because as it happens in a lot of houses with females, the period time sort of coordinate so that it'd be like, oh no, it's terrible, it's this week is going to be the worst week. And then of course hearing so many of my friends or colleagues really quite stressed about the stage in their life when everything changed, and there were mood swings and lack of sleep and all of these things. But often I hear about people's relationships struggling, and listening to you talk, so tell us a little bit about what you're going to share in the event that helps not just women, but family relationships too.
Well, I had a wonderful lady. She did fostering. At one time, she had fostering 7 women under one roof. That must have been chaotic. But she had it organized, is that when they were just before their period, they were just a red dot was on the calendar. So everyone knew that this was maybe not the time to ask certain questions. And that's the whole point of it. If we began as adolescents to understand our cycles, our days, our seasons, we begin to realize that, okay, just when we're in a period time, maybe we won't be too adventurous. We'll just have a quieter time. In the Edwardian days, the women used to retire when they had their periods. They would retire from society and they would retire from their husband because they needed that time to regroup, reassess, rethink where they're going. Whereas nowadays, we never do that and we're always on the go. Simple things like, the best time to start a diet is day 10 after your cycle.
Right.
How many people know that? Nobody.
Yes.
For the men as well, if they knew where the woman is in her cycle, well, you would never ask a difficult question just before your period. If you want to hear the right answer, then ask it 10 days later. And it's also about being serious, but you can have fun with it.
Yes. Yes.
And that's not the whole point, that women and men don't talk about it. And men think, oh, well, it's just a women's thing. But it's not, because wait on for a minute, we're coming for the andropause, which is the male menopause. So we'll be having the men and the women all doing tai chi, drinking rooibos tea, doing the breathing, because it's all about the balance. And unfortunately, with our diets, we have far too much estrogen in our diets. And so for the men, is an imbalance of estrogen and testosterone, and that's causing a lot of problems.
That's really interesting. So, obviously, I don't want to go too much into detail here, because I would love the listeners to come along and listen to you and gain from your wisdom. So if you are watching us and you're interested in finding out how understanding your hormones could change so much, it could bring back some harmony into your family where you think perhaps it's disappeared for good. And so we're really looking forward to hearing you, Pamela. The event that Pamela's speaking at is November the 25th and 26th. You'll find a link underneath this video. And we really look forward to seeing you there. And also, as a virtual attendee, you will have the opportunity to book a session with a speaker of your choice. So, having come to Pamela's talk, if you want to ask her some personalized advice, then you will have the opportunity to do that. So thank you very much, Pamela, for coming along. Looking forward to seeing you on November the 25th. Take care.
Me too. And thank you so much.